Yo, what's good, y'all? I would like to welcome y'all back to episode 73 of the Vine Talks podcast. Today on which I'm recording this podcast is July 17th, 2026. And first, I would like to say shout out to my current, past, and new listeners. Y'all already know I highly appreciate you. Shout out to everybody listening to this podcast on their favorite platforms. Before we get into the show, make sure you follow me on all of my socials. You can follow me anywhere because I am literally everywhere. You fed me? So, you already know how I gotta start this shit off, man. I gotta ask, how are you? I hope everything is doing good. I hope you're feeling good, living swell, improving your life. If you are in a little rut, just know it's temporary. Nothing lasts forever as long as you don't want to stay there forever. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope everything is going good for you, man, for sure. And again, you know, you don't have to answer me directly, but you can just answer yourself. Ask yourself your question like, damn, am I okay? And if not, what can you do to correct it? You understand? Practice stoicism. Really worry about things that's only within your control, because trying to control things that is damn near impossible, that's not that you can't bring it within your control. You know, it's gonna drive you mad, bro. It's gonna drive you insane, crazy, whatever word you like to use. You won't be the same. You understand what I'm saying? So really worry about the controllables and then just go on from there. You fed me? If anything do end up happening, guess what? It's nothing that you can do about it. But what you can do about anything that's possible for you to change, control, whatever the case may be, you can do that shit, man. I'm doing great. I'm doing good. I'm just happy to be here, that I'm able to drop an episode every single week. I'm so happy that I'm consistent with dropping all of this content. You fed me? It's just one last thing that I need to get consistent on, that's dropping long form content for my main YouTube channel. But other than that, man, most things that I do is, you know, read every day, take my Spanish lesson every day on Duolingo. Like, I do these things every single day and I always trying to learn something new. I'm always reading some shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just improving myself every single day, man. You know, work hard on yourself than you do anything else. You fed me? And that's going to pour into anybody else's lives that are close to you. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm great. I'm doing good. Just continuing to improve my life every single day. Now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and get into gaming. I don't really have much to say about gaming right now, other than folks that had bought Black Ops 1 and 2. Yeah, folks had rebought Black Ops 1 and 2 because they had ported the game over to the PS5, which is dumb as hell because a lot of people already own, I would say most people that bought Black Ops 1 and 2, the ports for the PS5, which was fucking terrible, by the way, they already own Black Ops 1 and 2. A lot of them probably still have a PS4. They can just boot up the PS4, turn on Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2 right now and play that shit, bro. Motherfuckers rebought the game just for the game to be riddled with hackers. The game always has had hackers. You understand what I'm saying? Since basically the game had came out, and a lot of folks bought that shit, they've been robbed. They was $40 a piece. The games were $40 a piece, not bundled either. The games were $40 a piece. I said that shit 3 times just to really get it through your head on how asinine people are when it comes to shelling out their money so carelessly. But a lot of motherfuckers that do this shit always hollering how shit broke, how they broke, and inflation, things ain't what they used to be. Shit is so expensive, this, that, and the third, but they going ahead doing shit like this. You know, it's kind of hard to feel bad for people when they make impulse decisions like that, because this was an impulse decision. Motherfuckers saying that Black Ops 1 and 2 was being ported, and what's so crazy is they only ported it to the PS5, so you can only get the Black Ops 1 and 2 ports on the PS5. Don't know why, again. Don't know why you would do anything like that, because I still own my original copies of Black Ops 1 and 2. I can get my Xbox One out the closet, boot that shit up right now and play it, because the servers are still alive. It just doesn't really make any sense to me why anybody would do this, bro. Honestly, it's just, again, it's asinine, bro. It's fucking blasphemy. But like I said, bro, it'd be hard to feel bad for people that be hollering that they broke, or they ain't making that much money, this, that, and the third, when they making impulse purchases like that. They could have completely avoided this shit, to be honest with you. Like, they did not need that money. And I know folks were fiending for Black Ops 1 and 2 or Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2. I know people are fiending for those games because of the nostalgia, and this is something that we haven't had in a very long time, because the most recent Call of Duty games have not been good. To be honest with you, they ain't been good at all. In my opinion, like Black Ops 6, that shit was, I played that for about a month and dropped it. Didn't pick it back up, didn't look back. Black Ops 7, they dropped that a whole year later when they had came out and said, Treyarch had came out and said that they was gonna do annual releases. They dropped Black Ops 7, and that was a flop. By Call of Duty standards, let me just repeat that. By Call of Duty standards, that shit was a flop. Like, people are tired of this shit, bro. So people impulse bought Black Ops 1 and 2, and they allowed these folks to steal their money. But hey, that's on you, bro. I was not buying this shit. Listen, I vowed to myself when Black Ops 6 came out, especially when it was announced that it was coming to the Game Pass, I had already said, like, bruh, I will never buy another Call of Duty again. Ever. I would never buy another Call of Duty again, bro, because it's the first of all, it was on the Game Pass. The next Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, it won't be on Game Pass. But it came to the Game Pass, and it's the same copy and paste cookie cutter bullshit that we've been getting every single year since when did the annual releases start? I don't even remember. Because I think Black Ops 1 had came out, then I think like 2 or 3 years later, we got Black Ops 2. Then I think maybe we got 3 right after that, then 4. I don't even remember. There's been so many damn Call of Duty games that came out over the last 10 years. But over the last 10 years, we have had an annual release for the game. I believe it's the last 10 years. And it's been the same shit every single day, bro. It's been the same shit every single day. I got my dog up here, man. Say what's up to Benny. My boy Benny up here. You're a good boy. Brandy on the floor right now, but she don't want to get picked up. But anyways, same cookie cutter bullshit, man. I really don't understand why people were so like if you really wanted to play Black Ops this bad, why not just boot up the ones that you already own, unless you sold it? And if you did, I'm not talking to you. But if you didn't, why not just boot up the game that you already have and play that shit, bro? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense, man. It just, for me, that's never buying another Call of Duty again. It just doesn't make sense. In order for me to buy another Call of Duty game, it would have to be better than Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. That's the pinnacle of the Call of Duty games, if y'all did not know, by the way. Those 4 games are the pinnacle. It's the pinnacle of the COD series. If a Call of Duty game comes out that's better than all of those games combined, then I'll shell out some money for it. But until then, it's not happening, bro. It's really not happening. I also think Xbox buying Activision was not a good idea, because they was only looking at Call of Duty to make money for them. We didn't really hear any reminiscences of, or any thoughts about all of the IPs that Activision Blizzard holds under their belt. It was all about Call of Duty, So when it came out that they were potentially not gonna do any releases for Call of Duty, I should have already known, like, you know what, it's a motherfucking lie. Because they only talked about Call of Duty when Microsoft or Xbox was buying Activision. That's the only thing they talked about. You understand? So, yeah, man, y'all got duped, bruh. Y'all ass got bamboozled. Bamboozles for the foozles, boy. They did it to y'all ass, boy. Treated y'all ass. Sent y'all ass off. You feel me? Listen. Y'all goofy as hell, I ain't gonna lie. I don't feel bad for not nan nigga that bought that shit. Cause it didn't, and also too, what I need to bring up before I move on to the next game that I'm gonna talk about, I would understand if it was like an enhanced edition, a remaster, you understand? Because Black Ops 1 and 2 are over a decade old. The shit don't feel the same. It don't feel like, I'm pretty sure it doesn't feel the same. I'm pretty sure it did not age well. Why the fuck would you want to buy something like that? It didn't even, the graphics still look the same, bro. It don't even look, it's like, it looks good because of the way that because of the art style. You understand what I'm saying? I think he want to get down. Yeah. But, bruh, niggas, oh man, I'm just baffled. That's all. I'm just baffled at how careless people are with their money, especially when it comes to impulse buys like this. Like, I could see if this was an impulse buy for, I don't know, what's something, a limited edition chocolate chip cookie or something, bro. Like, they only make this type of cookie on this day, this time of the year. You understand what I'm saying? It's only available for a few hours. Like, I could understand if it was something like that. You got to get it now because once it's gone after a few hours, that's it. You ain't getting no more. I could see if it was something like that. Like, okay, I'm gonna impulse buy this cookie. I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying? Let me try it. Hopefully it's worth the hype. Woo. Damn, it's so good. Maybe need to add this shit to the regular menu, right? I could see if it was something like that, but it's not. This is Black Ops 1 and 2, games that came out over a decade ago. But I digress. Moving on, I did not put this on the notes, but I finished Black Ops. I finished 007 First Light yesterday on stream at twitch.tv/Mr_Flex-a-lot, and on my YouTube channels and TikTok as well. Finished the game, great game. I give it a solid 8. I would give it an 8.5. I would have given it an 8.5, but that last boss battle just was not hitting it. Just was not hitting for me. I'm not really big on games that have a repeating boss battle. You feel me? Like, you have a boss battle somewhere in the middle of the game, and then at the end you meet it with the same boss battle. That's the same thing that happened in Doom: The Dark Ages. You had to fight the devil at the end. You fought like his regular version self at a certain point of the game, and he was a big boss battle then, and then you had to fight him. I think you actually, yeah. No, I thought you had to fight 3 separate times. Then you had to fight him again in his true form at the end of the game. Didn't really like that. I'm like, oh, this is it. Tough fucking battle. But it was the same boss battle. I'm like, I've seen this shit already. You feel me? So that's the only thing I didn't like in 007 First Light. The boss battle was pretty lackluster, but everything was damn near was good to great about the game. The supporting cast was decent. What is it? James Bond, he's a badass, bruh. He's a badass in MI6. They really showed that he's a young Bond too. You understand? So that was pretty cool to see, like, all of the rash decisions that he make. But if he did not have the personality that he did, ain't no telling what would have happened throughout the game. But because he is the person he is, he got shit done. You understand what I'm saying? Again, the supporting cast was great. I mentioned that because I love things, any types of entertainment that has a great supporting cast. The supporting cast sometimes makes up whatever form of entertainment that I'm watching or hearing or whatever the case may be. Love that shit. The gunplay, oh my God, fucking fire. Now, y'all know the people that made Hitman, IO Interactive, they are the ones who made 007 First Light. And they took the gunplay from here to here. Like, it feels really good in the Hitman games, and especially the latest one that they dropped. But goddamn it, they done twofold that motherfucker, man. In 007 First Light, I was like, oh yeah, this shit feels really good. Every gun in the game felt different. It had they sounded different. It was good. They felt good when you were shooting them. They all sounded different. They gave you a nice variety of weapons that you can pick up off of enemies and shit like that as well. Not really a loadout that you could take into the missions because, you get like a little pistol and then the other gadgets that you have, like your Q watch and whatever else that you have in your arsenal, but you could pick up weapons from the enemies and stuff like that. And yeah, that shit feels really good. I felt like throughout most of the game, because of my play style, it was a good mix between stealth and action. I thoroughly enjoyed that as well because I love a good stealth game, and I really do hope that IO Interactive make a stealth, like a complete stealth game like Splinter Cell. Like if they get the rights to Splinter Cell, I feel like they need to be the ones to make that shit because they did right with the stuff in 007 First Light. And then when it came to the action, the shit felt good, man. The chase scenes were pretty cool, wasn't too bad. Just like Hitman, there was a lot of different ways that you could take out your enemies. A lot of different distractions. You was able to eavesdrop on a lot of different NPCs so that we can get some information that can help you progress through the missions and stuff like that. Like the game was really good, man. It's $70. I put in 19.7. You can round it up to 20 hours into the game. I really do think it's worth full price. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit was fire. If you looking for a good stealth game like Hitman, like a Splinter Cell, but that also has good action, like what's a good action game that I played? I can't really compare it. I can't really compare the action to any game that's out recently, or that has been out recently, or a game that came out back then. I can be like, okay, good action like this. So just trust me when I tell you, the action is really, really good, bro. I think they did right. Like, so I get a game a solid 8. I highly recommend it, bro. IO Interactive did they motherfucking thing with 007 First Light. I'm not gonna spoil it when it comes to the story, because the story was really good as well. It was written pretty good. There was some jokes that they made that actually, like, it literally made me laugh. Like, it wasn't like gut busting laughs, but I chuckled here and there. I was like, you feel me? Not like that, but I'm just saying, like, that it made me hit some shit like that genuinely. I was like, okay, the writing is pretty good. There was a few conversations that they were having, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck they talking about, so I'm gonna just keep it moving. Tried to use context clues, still didn't get it, but again, the writing was good. Also, when it came to like solving puzzles, they have some puzzles in the game as well. It was really good, really fun too. There was this one puzzle, and this is towards like the later part of the game, so I'm mentioning it because that's the one I remember, because again, I just finished the game. But it was one puzzle where you had to go inside somebody's locker, figure out the code to get inside this door to progress through the mission. And during the mission, during the puzzle, they basically was like, oh, this was a letter to somebody else that worked in the office. Like, since you like puzzles, here go puzzles for you. And it was like, digit 1, I am 1. Digit 2, I am 2 digits higher than digit 3. And then at the end, the only hint was, they said this was during a great battle. This was the year where a great battle happened or something like that, right? And I think the year was 1865. And I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. I didn't figure it out. I ended up doing another route, which was another thing that I like about the game. If you can't figure out how to progress through the mission one way, you can always take another route, and they give you different hints as well that you have to basically search for, and you can progress through the mission that way if you want to. So they give you a lot of different ways that you could take on enemies, several different ways that you can progress through the mission. Like, the shit is fire, bruh. I'm not gonna lie. Really good game amongst a lot of great games that came out this year. It's lit. Go get 007. That shit is fire. So now what I'm going to transition into playing is the Lego Batman game, because I got to beat that before August is over with. And I'm still playing through The Adventures of Elliot and Men of the Hollower. And I'm trying to get through those games before Beast of Reincarnation drop, Marvel Tokon, and Mortal Shell 2, which Mortal Shell 2 drops on the 20th of August. Beast of Reincarnation drops on the 4th, I believe, or the 8th, one of the two, and Marvel Tokon drops on the 6th, and that's a day one cop. So yeah, man, gaming is lit. Besides all of the fuck shit that, Sony and Xbox has been doing, gaming is in the like it's been a great year for gaming, bro. This might be, and I've been saying this shit every year since 2023, but this year might be the best year in gaming history. Period. I think the 2020s is going to be the best decade in gaming history. The best decade in gaming goes to the 2020s. Not gonna lie. Especially since 2023, they really picked it up since 2023. Like, man, and it started off with Elden Ring. Well, some could argue it takes two. You understand what I'm saying? Some could argue Ghost of Tsushima, or Cyberpunk 2077, even though that game came out and it was awful. Awful at launch. But it goes down to some people's favorite games of all time. So I think I could say it might start with Ghost of Tsushima up until 2026. And man, we just in a great year for gaming, bro. In a great fucking year for gaming. Not gonna lie to you. Speaking on the fuck shit, I also did not have this on the notes, but Sony, they are on some more bullshit. So you know how Sam's Club work or Costco, you basically gotta have a membership to access to their store, and then that's where you can buy everything in bulk, and you normally can pay like a yearly subscription for it. Might be nothing too crazy, $60 for per year, and that's it, right? And then you go in there, buy shit for bulk in bulk, and you can save a lot more money that way too. If you buy things in bulk, you get them at cheap prices. And the third, right? You get more for paying a little bit less than if you were to go into the regular stores and buy whatever product it is, right? Sony doing that, but for digital media. So y'all know they own Crunchyroll. Sony has been on a fucking spree of buying up physical buying media companies. And Crunchyroll or was it Funimation? They was one of it. They were one of them, right? It's no longer Funimation. I believe they dissolved into something else, or it just all got intertwined into Crunchyroll. And Crunchyroll, they have a huge anime catalog. They sell merch and all types of shit, physical media, all types of shit. Sony is making it to where you have to subscribe to a Crunchyroll membership, and in order for you to access the shops within the membership, you have to pay like $13 or $14 to like $18 or $19. Yes, and then once you pay that subscription, then you can get access to the store behind that member. Like, it's fucking crazy, bro. And then you still have to buy everything within that store. And I guarantee you that they're not holding any discounts for people that are subscribed to the service. Nasty work. I really do think when it comes to these multi-million, multi-billion, multi-trillion dollar companies, they are hitting a plateau. And speaking just on Sony, I think they're going to be losing a lot of money based off of the choices that they are making. So, y'all know they're going fully digital in 2028 when it comes to their games. All right, whatever. It is what it is, man. I think the average consumer lost that fight, bro. I think the ones who want physical media, they lost that fight. I think it's over with. I don't think it's gonna revert back to what it was, right? Just because 50% of their revenue goes towards making a case, making a disc, and this, that, and the third, and then they gotta ship it out, distribution costs, retail costs, all that shit, man. They can make way more money on that. But I say that because for their games, for certain games, like their multiplayer games, they are locking out hundreds of countries because certain countries don't have access to PSN. So that's money that's being lost, right? Especially for people that's on PC in these other countries that want to play the fighting games on PC, and they probably won't be buying a PS5 anyway. They're gonna be losing a lot of money on that. And then when it comes to their subscription service with Crunchyroll, and I really don't think people are going to be subscribing to this shit. I think this is going to force people to sell the 7 Cs even more now. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, why do I gotta subscribe to a service just to gain access to the stores and then shell out more money? Like, bruh, the economy is fucked up. Whether you feel it or not, the economy is fucked up. And it's not just America's economy, it's the global economy as a whole. the global economy is fucked up right now. So why the fuck do you think a lot of these people are willing to shell out this money? The only reason why you would get people to subscribe to this shit, or you would have people to continually subscribe to this shit, is because they forgot that they was even paying for it. Most people that have like multiple subscriptions, they don't even know what the fuck they paying for. They have no clue where their money is going because they forgot that they paid for Hulu fucking 6 months ago and they ain't used it in the last 4 months. You understand what I'm saying? People are going to wake the fuck up, unsubscribe from this shit, and be like, you know what? I'm not feeling this, bro. I'm not. I'm done with Sony. I have some people in my comments already saying, like, I think the PS5 is going to be my last console purchase. Like, and I feel like a lot more people are going to go that route, and they're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to get PC. The console exclusives aren't even worth it for me to own a console at this point. You understand what I'm saying? You know what's so crazy? A lot of people are right now going out to buy a PS5 or a PS5 Pro for Grand Theft Auto 6. That is a console seller for PlayStation, not their exclusive games. I haven't heard anybody go out saying, oh, I need to go get a PlayStation because Wolverine is dropping. I ain't heard nobody say that shit. I ain't seen that. But motherfuckers definitely saying, oh, folks, I've been seeing articles, consoles, the PS5 consoles went up in price or went up in revenue because they're gearing up for the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. When Grand Theft Auto 6 sell 50 million copies, I believe more than half of that is going to be purchases, or is going to be purchased on the PS5. So let's just say 35 million copies that are going to be bought on the PS5. Let's say 10 million of those copies are going to be first-time buyers of the PS5. Those 35 million people are only going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 6. I had a little brain fart for a second. They only going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 6. They not going to be playing no motherfucking Wolverine. They're not gonna be playing no motherfucking whatever other exclusive that's dropping for the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 6. They not doing it. So they're gonna be losing money on the exclusive games. You understand what I'm saying? What Sony need to do is just say fuck it and stop being stubborn and make a PC launcher. I would download that motherfucker and make it free. Don't make me have to pay a subscription, you understand what I'm saying, to access the PS Store or whatever the case may be, because I'm not buying a PlayStation, right? If they was allowed to have a PC launcher, I would buy a couple of these exclusives, you understand, through the PlayStation Store. You understand what I'm saying? If I feel like it's worth it now, I won't be buying nothing else on PS Store through their PC launcher. I won't be buying, because I'm buying things through Steam, GOG, and Epic Games Store. You feel me? Or the Xbox app. You feel me? I won't be buying nothing else on that motherfucker, but the exclusives, I might end up buying that shit. But if they don't have no launcher, then shit, it is what it is. And PC gaming is growing, bro, at a rapid rate. I really do feel like a lot of people aren't paying attention to the growth in PC gaming, because I still have people in my comments talking about, well, PS5 or PC, they still below 10%. That's they still this, that, and third. Like, bro, they only 10% below the console average, and it's growing at a rapid rate. Like, let's just keep it real, bro. Reality is showing that more and more people are starting to wake up to PC gaming. And they're starting to realize that they can get more bang for their buck by being on PC. Well, how was that, Vaughn? How can they get more bang for their buck by being on PC? Well, you have different storefronts. it's not a centralized economy anymore. It's decentralized. And I feel like a lot of people aren't seeing it that way as well. And what I mean by being decentralized is there's going to be more than one way to do things. Like centralized, like for example, right? Because I'm going to be talking about this later in the pod. Centralization is one entity, one company, one whatever has control over, or a monopoly over such and such. So let's take the dollar for example. The dollar is a centralized entity because the dollars have to pass through the banks. Everything goes through the dollar. We can only, a lot of people were only able to use the dollar for purchase. That's a centralized entity. But if you take it to crypto, which is a decentralized entity, you have a bunch of different cryptos that you can use, whether it's stable coin or Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, that you can use. You can make transactions. You can send it and it'll get to whoever you're trying to send it to in seconds. You can lend out your money. You can borrow against your crypto. You understand what I'm saying? Things that the banks, but you don't need the banks anymore. It's decentralized. You can do it on your own. Let's take it to YouTube. YouTube has a consortium of fucking things that you can go to. Like, you don't have to go to school to learn X, Y, and Z. You don't have to watch CNN or Fox News to get your news. Now we have a bunch of different entities on YouTube that is providing the news, and that's being a lot more truthful or unbiased with their opinions because they're not tied to a certain network or a centralized network. They can say what they want. They can get the research from wherever they want and put that shit out there. You understand what I'm saying? Gaming, when it comes now, circling back to gaming, PC, it's decentralized. I don't have to just have the Xbox app and buy all my games on the Xbox app. I can use Steam, buy all my games there. I can use the Epic Game Store, buy all my games there and collect free games. I can use GOG, buy all my games there and own my games, buy the games, burn the games to a disc. Right, burn the games to a disc and put them and pop them into my PC tray if I want to, or I could just have it and own it. It's that physical media is there. I'm allowed to do that, and they worry about game preservation. Then you talk about Steam. People are worrying about a lot of people are waking up to the amount of discounts that Steam has. Like Steam just had a summer sale, bro. I bought over 10 to 15, it was like 10 to 15 games for $100. It was $95, but plus tax, it was $100. Where can you get those types of deals when it comes to a centralized entity like PlayStation? Where can you find those deals, bruh? You can't if you're not on PC. No, long gone are the days we can go to GameStop or Game Crazy, EB Games, shit like that, and you can look into the bargain bin and see what games you can get for $1 to $5, $1 to $10. You understand what I'm saying? Those days are gone. But you can still get a remnants of that with the Steam store, with Epic Games. You understand what I'm saying? They catch sales all the time. Epic Games are always offering free games. I try to collect those as much as I can. Even if I'm not gonna play them ever, I still have them. They on my account and they ain't going nowhere. You feel me? Like, I have thousands of games at this point on PC. And it's due to games being on sale, them being free, whatever the case may be. I won't get those deals being on PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo. I just won't get them. So people are gonna, and with the economy being as fucked, people gotta add all of this shit up, bro. With the economy being as fucked up as it is, people are gonna go where they can get the most bang for their buck. Yes, PC gaming is expensive now, but you can still save up money. If you could put away $500 a month, within 3 months, you would have $1,500. You can go buy a PC. A pre-built PC. Trying to get the person they own, it might be a little expensive. But you could do your research and you could still get a decent ass PC between $1,200 and $1,500. Decent. That can still play most games that's coming out right now this year in 2026. So I don't want to hear none of that shit, bruh. Motherfuckers got to get their head out of their ass and really check and really look to see where the world is going. Things change and they change fast. And a lot of y'all, or a lot of people who don't see this will be getting left behind. This is the message that I've been trying to convey through my short form videos. But I feel like a lot of people, just because they aren't paying attention or they want to be blissful about the situation at hand, they don't see this shit, bruh. So exclusives don't matter anymore. And they just don't. They just don't. Especially when you're trying to get the most money you possibly can and trying to get your content in front of many faces that you possibly can. That shit, exclusivity is dead, bro. It is. It's a dying concept, I should say. I think the only ones that can get away with that shit right now is Nintendo. Because they always been doing their own thing. So yeah, man. And I think it's that's and I truly think that is only a matter of time before Nintendo shift away from that as well. What do you mean by that, Vaughn? I don't think they're gonna bring their games to PC anytime soon. They just might, but that could be a possibility. I definitely don't think they're going to go and put their games on PlayStation or Xbox. But there's one spot where people do most of their gaming, and that is mobile. Yes, I think we are going to start to see Nintendo shift their games over to mobile. Now, this is just a prediction. There's nothing out here that's indicating that at all. This is just a prediction that I have because, this is my mind to be wondering, and I can put things out into the air if I want to. But I really do think they're going to start shifting their games over to mobile. Be like, okay, we're not just mobile. We're not just Nintendo. We're also multiplayer with mobile. And that's as far as they're going to go for that point in time, because most gamers are on mobile. If Nintendo was to put a mobile app out there and you could buy games and play their games on your mobile phone, guess how much money that they would fucking make? They would make so much. People would be willing to buy the game twice. Now, that'd be nice if they'd be like, okay, we got the mobile app. If you ain't got a Switch or whatever the case, or whatever the case may be, then you can download the app. You can purchase your games here. You purchase your games here, and you can play all your games. You can play all your games on mobile. And if you did have a Switch, we could transfer some of the games over. Like your whole library would be here, and you can play your games on mobile. Listen, mobile gaming, or these phones that we have, are good enough to run Nintendo games. For sure. Just graphically, they're powerful enough to run Nintendo games. So if they do go that route, because again, the economy is fucked up and these corporations, these companies, they want to make as much money as they possibly can. So if they do go that route, just remember when you heard it first, bro. Remember when you heard it first. I think Nintendo is going to go the route of mobile, bro. They're going to put Game Freak, they do own Game Freak making Pokemon games, but Nintendo owns that IP. So I'm just saying, man, it's definitely a possibility, bro. It's definitely a possibility. I think they're gonna go the mobile route. All right, moving on. And we already 40 minutes in, man. This might be a long one. This might be another long one. Hey, make sure y'all take a break and drink some water, bro. Stay hydrated, man. It's hot as a bitch outside. Also, side note, make sure if you're in the Midwest area, y'all stay indoors as much as y'all can. Midwest, East area, because Canada have wildfires right now, and they saying that the smoke is so thick. Being out in the sun with being out in the air, breathing that shit in with no mask on is equivalent to smoking 10 cigarettes. So protect yourselves, protect y'all lungs, stay in the house as much as y'all can, and be safe out there, man. Movies. So me and my did we watch a movie recently? We didn't watch a movie recently, but as far as TV shows, me and my girl watched this shit called I Will Find You. I talked about it last week on the pod, and that show was really good. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend it. We finished it. That's why I'm recommending it now. And from start to finish, it was really fucking good. Now, I will say, some of the writing was a little like, all right, nah, what the fuck? Plot armor is it? But it was written well. It was written well. Again, the show was about this cop that was wrongfully convicted of killing his son with a baseball bat, beating him over the head with a baseball bat. They sent his ass to life in prison, and he was already in there for 5 years until his sister-in-law was like, hey, I think your son is, whoa. I ain't gonna spoil it, but it took off on a journey to something else, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was really good. It was really fucking good. Good game. Really good show. I don't know why I'm thinking about games still. Really good show. I highly recommend that you go watch that shit, bro. It's called I Will Find You. It's on Netflix right now. If you subscribe to Netflix. If you ain't, sell the 7 C's. Moving on. Books. I am almost done with Ray Dalio, The Changing World Order. I have one more chapter left, and then that's it. I'm done with the book. And I've been enjoying my time reading this shit. Right now, chapter 13 is basically talking about how Ray Dalio feels about China and them becoming the next superpower, and why they becoming the next superpower, and their philosophies and how they run and how they run their country, and basically how they run their country is based off of philosophies that's been around from previous I want to say kings or people that ran China since the year 600. And all of those values and the ups and downs that they had, and how the current president Xi Jinping has, you know what I'm saying, basically learned from previous leaders, and you know they're just operating the way they are right now, man. It's crazy. It really is, because you can tell China, even though they have their own issues just like every other country, but you can tell that they prioritize their citizens over, I want to say, their own personal gain, even though I feel like it's all for their own personal thing, their own gain. Like, I don't trust not one government, not one entity, not one country that's ruled by whatever. I don't trust none of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? But it does seem like, reading this book and seeing it from the outside in, that they prioritize their citizens' education, well-being more than the Americans do. Because America is a corporation. It stopped being a fucking country in the 60s. Like, it's a corporation, and it's gonna be like that for quite some time. But America prioritizes profits, and that's all they do. And this is why America is in the predicament that they in. America is $40 trillion in debt. They sold all their jobs off to overseas. As far as all of the corporations, all of these places like these entities like Apple, Microsoft, like most of their jobs, them hoes overseas. And guess where they at? China. You understand what I'm saying? America don't make shit no more unless you are supporting small businesses that make things on their own that's being made here in America. That's the only way you're gonna get man-made, American-made shit. Other than that, we getting everything that we get is imported from China, damn near. like China has set themselves up to be the world's leading or the global superpower, and they've been working at that for the last 20 years. And America's downfall is, at one point they was on the top of their game when it came to finances and stuff like that. But overspending, borrowing more than they could pay back. Japan, I'm gonna talk about that later in the pod. But Japan, that's about to do is gonna take a big hit. The world's economy is gonna take a big fucking hit. But that's to be saved for later. America is just not in the best place it potentially could have been. Go read Ray Dalio, man. The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio, because he really go in depth with this shit. I want to open up this book, and I wish I had it bookmarked, but I don't. But it was something that I had highlighted. If I'm scrolling, good Lord, God, what the fuck? While I'm flipping through these pages, if I find the highlighted thing that I want to read off to y'all, then I'm going to read it. Hopefully I can find it. I don't know. I don't even know how far back it was, to be honest with you. But I was reading that shit and I was just like, wow, this makes sense. But it really goes through like the predicament that America is in right now, bro. Like, America really fucked over its whole country, is all of its citizens, man, for a currency that isn't even real, man. A currency that isn't even real. And here's the book right here. In case y'all be like, he always talking about it, we never show it. This is the book, bro. It's thick as fuck. Thick, a lot of pages, but it's a good read, man. It really is. I highly recommend it, bro. If y'all really want to understand how money work and the cycles and why America is broke as fuck, then go read this book, man. It's really good. It's really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's boring, but I wasn't expecting to. Like, they got graphs and shit in here. Like I said, this shit is boring, but this is something that I wasn't expecting. But like, I'm fucking excited to read this shit. I can't wait. Like, this is nothing. This isn't a book. But like, I'm about to see. Like, this ain't no anime. You understand what I'm saying? That's basically, this is not no manga. This ain't no comics. This ain't none of that shit, bro. This is straight numbers, graphs, what happened in the past, how that correlates to the present, and what can you do to prepare. And I've been reading the fuck out this book, man. I can't find it. As I was talking to Stalin, I can't find it. But man, go read that shit, bro. It's really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. And we have so many things that's happening at one time, and it's fucking with the economy. But that's it. That's it as far as books. When I'm done, I can't wait to start reading these comics and start talking to it about y'all on the pod. Now we're here for one of my favorite portions of the pod, La Musica. The music. Fucking music, bruh. Sinead had dropped a new song. It's called damn, hold on. She dropping a new album soon. It's called Outdated. But she is dropping a new song. I forgot it. Hold on, let me see, bro. Let me see. I told you about. Oh, it's called Doom. It's called Doom. So I talked to y'all about Wonder and Solitude. But Doom. She dropped a new song called Doom in all caps. I wonder if she's an MF Doom fan. Gotta be with this. That's the only way that referencing. But it sounds good. I highly recommend it. I'll go ahead and go listen to that shit, man. Sinead can sing. She makes really good music. Like I said, she dropping a new album. It's coming out in 5 days. And it's called Outdated. I cannot wait for that to drop. Yeah, she one of them ones, bro. Sinead is one of them ones. I also emailed Leisha G, so hopefully I can get, some word back on if I could set up an interview with her or not. That'd be pretty fucking cool because I want to get into my interview bag. I really just wanted to see if I'm good at it. You understand? I want to see if, this is one of the things that I can implement into the podcast. But like, okay, episode, I don't know, 78 is featuring Leisha G or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? So I email whatever I can email. I'm a hit up on. I'm a tag on Twitter and be like, hey, how can I get you for an interview? And see if she respond then, because I had just mentioned her name saying Leisha G grew on me or whatever the case may be. And she liked the tweet, bro. She liked it. So I was like, okay, if I don't hear nothing over the weekend, then I'm gonna put that out. But like, hey, I want to hit you for an interview. Like, this is what it is. I just want to see. Like I said, I just want to see if I'm good at it. I ain't gonna tell them that, but I just want to see if I'm good at it. And if so, we're gonna get more interviews on the way. And just talk about the music and how they feel about the current state of the world. I listened to Chris Crack's new album. It's called "Don't Go in the Women's Bathroom." There isn't one bad song on there. If you're not familiar with Chris Crack, he's from Chicago. He's one of my favorite rappers right now. That nigga can rap his ass off. He always has. Oh, Larry June just dropped a new album. It's called Who Coppin'. I'm seeing that shit right now. Hold on, let me go and pull that shit up for y'all, bro. It's called Who Coppin'. Yeah. I didn't even see this. I have to listen to this today or over the weekend. I fuck with Larry June. I really do hope it's good. I really, really do hope it's good. I think it's gonna be good. I see he got Swiss Beats on this bitch. Wallow 267, DJ Fresh, Janae Aiko, Music Soul Child, Dre Versace, Be Legit, Swiss Beats. So yeah, he just dropped a new album. But Chris Crack, that's what we talking about. He one of my favorite rappers right now, bro. His album titles are always funny, and his song titles are memorable as fuck. Let's see, white people only be sad when they dogs die. Like, what the fuck? That's the first name of the song, bro. That's what the fuck type of title? Lie was a cuss word in black households, and that's a fact. That's relatable. Seeing Billy Porter's teeth made me go brush mine. Like, it's fucking stupid, bro. This is like, what happened to black TV show? What happened to the black TV show? Facts. If they don't know your dreams, they can't shoot them down. Take a hoe anywhere, but serious. Like these song titles are "Where the Park is the Problem with Car Sex." Nah, for real, that's relatable, boy. That's fucking relatable. Most people poly because the rent due. Like, what? Nigga is stupid. You can't skip working on yourself, fuck nigga. Like, damn. Did y'all see what I mean? He has some of the best album titles, some of the best song titles I've ever seen, bruh. If you have not heard Chris Crack, I highly recommend that y'all go listen to Chris Crack, man. He is definitely one of them. He's one of them ones, bro. He fire. He fire. There's nothing else that I can really describe him is that he fire. And he talk about, his life experiences, and he be funny on the track. Like he know how to make a motherfucker laugh while he rapping. He raw as hell, bro. Chris Crack, he's that guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Again, I don't have a song queued up for y'all. So, with that being said, I'm just going to do something random. I'm just going to do something random for one of my favorite artists of all time, Westside Gunn. I'm going to play this song called Mariota. It's featuring Stove God Cooks. Stove God verse is one of the craziest verses like I've heard in a long while. This album came out in 2021. And this shit still sound good. It's the album is called Hitler Wears Hermes 8. Sincerely, Adolf. Fucking fire. This whole album. Not a miss. So I'm going to play Mariota by Westside Gunn featuring Stove God Cooks. YouTube, I apologize, but y'all already know. Y'all can't hear this shit, man. So here we go, man. This is Mariota, by Westside Gun featuring Stove God Cooks. And that was Mariota by Westside Gun featuring Stove God Cooks. Y'all can't tell me that shit wasn't fire. I love this type of rap. Stove God is one of the best rappers to only put out one album. The nigga is one of the best rappers to be in one of the shittiest deals ever. We're getting robbed of Stove God Cooks albums, bruh. We're getting robbed, nigga. He only has one album. He dropped that shit back in 2020. Because of the deal that he's in, they not allowing him to drop new music. He's only been on features. 6 years, one album? That's crazy. We're getting robbed. I can't stand stuff like this, man. I really do hope for more artists that's coming up, they see what's going on with Stove God Cooks and be like, I don't want to be in a similar situation like that. Because the nigga ain't dropping no albums. We need the albums. He dropped fire-ass music. He can rap his motherfucking ass off with the best of them. And we only got one project from this man. Damn, I wish he was dropping mixtapes. Cause what the fuck, bruh? I like this shit. Artists like him, I would love to get an album every year. Maybe 2 a year. You understand what I'm saying? Or one every other year, artists like him, because any beat he gets on, he knows how to make it sound good. When he be singing on the track a little bit, he know how to make that sound good. He be saying the flyest shit. Like, Stove God is really that nigga. He can rap. Like, man, I would love for him to go down as one of the best rappers of all time, but it'll be pretty hard for me to put him up there because he only got one album. It's a great album. Sorry for the drought. Great album. But that's all he got right now. You understand what I'm saying? So I would love to hear more stuff. You know what? I'm gonna put this out there, man. I'm gonna put it out there in the air. We will get a Stove God Cooks album this year. We will get a Stove God Cooks album this year. And it's gonna be fire. And it might fuck around be album of the year. That might fuck around and be album of the year, man. I want him to drop more music. I really, 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 really do. I want him to drop more music, man. He has to. He has to. He simply has to. So that was it, man. If y'all ain't heard Stove God Cooks, if y'all ain't heard Westside Gun, go listen to them, man. Y'all tweaking if y'all haven't, bruh. For real. All right, moving on. So this is something that I added new. Two things that I added new. I don't know how often I'm gonna do this for like this portion of the pod. Don't know what I'm gonna call it. But we have word of the day and we have the benefits of certain foods, right? Word of the day is called equanimity. I learned that from reading the Changing World Order. And basically what equanimity means, well, let me spell it out for you just in case you can't see it. But what equanimity means, hold on, I gotta spell it out first. Goddamn. It's EQUANIMITY. So like I's and Y's is EQUANIMITY. Equanimity. It is a state of psychological stability, emotional balance, and unwavering mental composure that remains steady even under immense stress or provocation. Me personally, I have extreme equanimity because psychologically, I'm somewhat stable. I have emotional balance. I don't lash out at motherfuckers. I do speak out when things do piss me off or, makes me upset. You know what I'm saying? When I'm feeling down in the dumps. I will talk about that. Unwavering mental composure. I believe I have the best mental composure. Motherfucker can't shake me out my spot, out my nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what's coming on because when it comes to hardships and things that needs for at least for one motherfucker to stay calm, there's gotta be me, man. So I'm definitely I definitely have great equanimity when it comes to mental composure. Like, when it's time to be under pressure, I don't fold. I don't fold. Well, I try not to fold as much as possible. You understand what I'm saying? I always keep my composure. You feel me? Equanimity, man. That's a good word. Add that to your lexicon. Equanimity. Now we got the benefits of watermelon. I think before I started off, I'm like, a word of the day. Such as get into it, and then the benefits of, then talk about the food that I'm gonna be talking about. So the benefits of watermelon. I brought up watermelon because, for one, it's summer. It's a summer fruit. It's hot as a bitch. And that's one of the things that you can eat to stay hydrated. Like, you won't even need to drink as much water as you do if you eat watermelon, because it has electrolytes. It'll keep you hydrated. It's a nutrient dense fruit. It's made up of roughly 92% water. I'm reading this off of my notes that I took down. So it's roughly 92% water. 1 cup of watermelon only contains 46 calories. And while it provides high concentration of vitamins, amino acids, and powerful antioxidants. So if you're looking to build muscle and muscle repair, eat you some watermelon. It's excellent for hydration, heart health, and post-workout recovery. Watermelon is fucking amazing. And if you can find a watermelon with seeds in it, I highly recommend that you get watermelon with seeds in it. Well, why would I want watermelon with seeds, man? You know, the one without seeds is only genetically modified. You feel me? It's on this, that, and third. Well, you're not getting the full benefits of the watermelon if you get them without seeds. Well, how is that? Well, the watermelon seeds contain 1 cup of watermelon seeds contain 30 grams of protein. Yeah. That shit contains 30 grams of protein, bro. Look, say it right here. How many grams of protein? 30. That's a lot for 1 cup of dried watermelon seeds. You can get a watermelon with the seeds, save the seeds, dry them out, and eat them like how you would sunflower seeds. And it will give you 30 grams of protein. That's a lot of protein, especially for you who have trouble hitting your protein goals and you need a little snack. 1 cup. It's not much. Just 1 cup will get you 30 grams. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's more than pumpkin seeds. That's more than sunflower seeds. That's what else? And a lot of other shit, bro. A lot of other seeds that has protein, watermelon, and now it's starting to make me realize, like, damn, why else are they, constantly producing more seedless watermelon? It's not for the convenience. I can tell you that much. 30 grams of protein, bro. Fucking crazy. And you can get more than 1 cup of fucking watermelon and of watermelon seeds in 1 watermelon. So go to the store, buy your watermelon, stop buying that pre-cut up bullshit, because you're charging more just for the service where you could buy a whole watermelon, cut it up, and you will get more. And if you get one with the seeds, you will get more nutrients. You will get more of the benefits from the watermelon that you buy and cut it up yourself. You will get more out of it. You understand what I'm saying? And you can freeze it. You can make smoothies with it. You can juice it. The rind also has its own benefits in it as well. You can probably make tea out of the rind. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of different benefits that you can do and that you can use if you was to buy the watermelon whole. The only time consuming part is the watermelon, is cutting up the watermelon, which honestly it's not that time consuming, to be honest with you. If you lazy, if you not lazy, it's not time consuming. I find joy in cutting up a watermelon and then eating that motherfucker. Now you gotta find places where to put the rest, but I get one big ass watermelon, slice that whole down the middle. It's hard for me to find watermelon with seeds, but if I do have seeds, I'm gonna start saving them bitches, drying them hoes out. I need to get a dehydrator though. I'm gonna definitely invest in one later this year so I can dry up fucking papaya seeds, and I can use those as peppercorns or pepper kernels and shit like that. Yeah, peppercorns. And I can grind those up and use that as my own pepper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just being as resourceful as I can. Yes, you can do that. The other benefits that the watermelon seeds have is calcium. Now this is going by milligrams. 58 milligrams of calcium, 7.8, 7.86 milligrams of iron, 556.2 milligrams of magnesium, 815.4 milligrams of phosphorus. Phosphorus is very important for you as well. Then if we was to do like a quick Google search, right? How much calcium, hold on, I'm spelling that shit wrong. Calcium do you need daily? How much calcium do you need daily? Most adults ages 19 through 50 need 1,000 milligrams of calcium daily. Daily. This requirement increases to 1,200 milligrams for women over 51 and men over 70 to support bone density. So 1,000. Watermelon ain't getting you close to it, but it's giving you a nice source of it. 58.32, and you get your other sources of calcium from other things that you eat. You understand what I'm saying? You got supplements that you can take as well. So go get you some watermelon today, bro. Also, too, a racist fact behind watermelon, because everything goes back to race. I don't give a fuck what y'all got. Motherfuckers, why everything gotta be about race? Because literally damn near everything goes back to race. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. Just go do your own research on a lot of things and see what it goes back to. Watermelon. The reason why black people have this stereotype that black people love watermelon and this, that, and the third is because white people was hating, first of all, because black people after slavery had ended, like officially ended, during the Jim Crow era, which was basically like another form of it. But once that had ended during the Jim Crow era, when black people weren't able to find jobs and work to supplement themselves and their families, they started to grow watermelon, and they were selling that shit. They was making a killing off of that shit too, and it was hydrating themselves. You understand what I'm saying? They were hydrating themselves. They were selling. So they was being healthy. Eating watermelon, a good portion of it, and they were selling it, making a good chunk of change. And then that stereotype had came out. Now, when you hear black people say, "Oh, I don't even like watermelon," I guarantee you, it gotta do something with that stereotype. Now, some people just don't know how to pick out a watermelon. They don't know how to eat it. If you are eating a watermelon, take it, cut it open, sprinkle just a little bit of real salt on it. Not pink Himalayan salt, but real salt. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's pink, not pink Himalayan, but real salt. You will see it. Sprinkle just a little bit on it. I'm talking about get a pinch and sprinkle that on that shit, right? For whatever reason that chemistry work, the salt touches the watermelon, it draws the water out, which makes a lot of sense because that's what happens to our bodies, right? It draws the water out. It makes it more juicy. And man, you're gonna bite into a couple pieces of that watermelon, you're gonna think that you're drinking juice. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like me, if I do want to drink some juice and shit like that, I go eat me a watermelon, bro, and just let the juices be that for me. You feel me? So go get y'all watermelon today. Cut that motherfucker up. Sprinkle just a little bit of real salt on that motherfucker. As a matter of fact, if you looking at the screen, let me pull up real salt for y'all, bro. Real salt. Let me see. Images. This right here. Real salt, not pink Himalayan salt. It's a difference. But real salt. It's ancient fine sea salt. Get y'all a little bit of that. Sprinkle that motherfucker on there. And yeah, bro, enjoy it. Just fucking enjoy it. It's really, really good. I'm telling y'all. Salt on watermelon. I be trying to tell niggas on my stream, like, bro, if you eat like this, you're gonna change your life. Bam. And a lot of folks never done that before. I learned that shit from my girl. She put me on. And that changed my life. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's all I do now. If I'm eating a watermelon, that shit gotta have a little bit of salt on it. I ain't gonna hold you. So go ahead and get that shit, bro. Very beneficial for you. Keep you hydrated. Really good for post-workout recovery. All that good shit, man. Eat y'all some watermelon. Now let's go ahead and get to the miscellaneous news. Now this is something that I had seen, and I was like, yo, this old white nigga is fucking tweaking. There's no need for this, bruh. This is greedy. In this point in time, motherfuckers should have learned already how to speak, how to talk, how to negotiate. A good businessman know how to negotiate. They don't just fling powers that they have at be around just because they know they can. It's not good for the economy in just America alone. It's not good. But as you can see right here, this shit talking about some Trump leans towards ground troops in Iran as strikes intensify. So they talking about having boots on the ground in Iran. If that happens, all hell is already loose. But the rest of it is gonna break loose, bro. The rest of it is gonna let loose. And we can definitely see the markets come down a whole lot. Like wherever they at now is gonna come down a whole lot. That's not talking about the bubbles bursting, because that's a whole nother thing that we still gotta deal with the stock market and AI bubble and shit like that. But the markets will come crashing down. You understand what I'm saying? They talking about putting boots on the ground in Iran. And that fucking sucks as well, because a lot of people are gonna get hurt unnecessarily. You understand? Like these US troops don't deserve this, bro. As a veteran, as somebody who served, that has been deployed, I don't want to see this for them. This shit is happening for no reason. This is disgusting. People should not have to die for whatever the fuck he trying to do. Like, there should be a good way that you can negotiate with these things. You understand what I'm saying? There's no reason. And then putting boots on the ground on their turf. This isn't the 60s, the fucking 70s, 80s, 90s. Their military prowess has grown as well. They got everything America got. And so on and so forth. There's no reason for our troops to be boots on the ground in Iran, of all places. It's not going to go over well. A lot of people are going to die, unfortunately. And the only way that this can take a good turn is if these military troops, all of them, or at least a majority of them, turn their backs on America. Basically saying, we're not going to go over there and fight. We're not doing that. I'm not going to die because you are an old ass white man that want to slang that little ass dick around. You understand what I'm saying? Because you feel like this is what America has always done. Those times are done. Like, when I said things are changing and they're changing fast, this is also what I meant, bro. The days of America bullying other nations are over with. No matter what the U.S. does, continuing to strike Iran, wanting to put boots on the ground, that's not going to change their control over the Strait of Hormuz. It's simply not. I believe Iran is still one of the countries, or one of the only countries, that's not a part of the central bank. Got to keep that in mind as well. They don't fuck with Israel. You got to keep that in mind as well. A lot of different pieces are in play right now, and why America is fucking with Iran. You feel me? Just leave them people be, bro. Our American citizens shouldn't have to die for this guy. Honestly, that's just how I feel about it. I truly believe that. I felt like that when I served. Because when I served, Trump was in office. And I was deployed when he was in office for his first term. And, you know, I just felt like, damn, I didn't want to do it then. And I don't want to see these people go through that shit now, bro. Honestly, I really don't. Our troops should not have to die for this shit, honestly. But like I said, bro, the only way that they can make a change is if they turn their back on that shit and be like, man, we not going out there. I don't give a fuck. You can't UCMJ all of us. You can't say I'm going AWOL. I'm not running from nowhere. I'm standing my ground right here, bitch. I'm not going no motherfucking well. If y'all stand up and do that shit, bro, the only thing I would have to do is give y'all a golf clap. Because this is fucking crazy. The way things used to be done are dead. It's over with. We seen that change in 2020. Really seen it in 2008. Then Bitcoin was created in 2009. So that was like the start of the big change. But I think we're seeing it more than ever in 2020 when COVID happened. That's when we saw that. That's when we saw, we really saw things at face value. It's over with for America. To be honest. And this shit is crashing and burning. Niggas is panicking up there in these higher echelon seats, if you will. They panicking, bro. They don't know what these banks. They panicking. Kevin Ward said, can't take his word at face value, but because I don't trust none of these niggas, but he was like, nobody gonna get bailouts like how the banks did in 2008, 2009. From 2006, 2008. Nobody's gonna get bailouts. Not even the crypto market. This is what he said. That's what Kevin Warsh said. If you don't know what Kevin Warsh is, he's the head of the Fed right now, the Federal Reserve. That is not federal nor a part of the government. So yeah, this is nasty work. Hate to see it. I really don't want this to happen, but we'll see how this shit plays out over the next couple of weeks. Next up, what else I have? Oh, Japan. I'm gonna talk about the reverse carry trade, but this is just miscellaneous news, man. And this is the reason why I am heavily invested in crypto. Another huge reason why I'm invested in crypto. Japan reclassifies crypto as financial products in landmark parliament vote. Japan's parliament completed the passage of a sweeping amendment to the Financial Instruments and Exchange Act on Wednesday, officially reclassifying cryptocurrencies including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP as financial products rather than payment tools. The House of Councilors approved the bill in plenary session on July 15th, according to Reuters, Japan's public broadcaster NHK. So they're not just payment tools, basically like XRP. You can pay with this, you can use it to pay, but they're financial products. So I would assume it's a wide range of things because you can invest in it, you can trade it, you can buy it, you can sell it, you can use it to buy other products. You understand what I'm saying? You can use it as a reserve for like a crypto reserve to where like, okay, I'm gonna have this much crypto in this stash, like Bitcoin, like a Bitcoin strategic reserve. I'm gonna accumulate this much Bitcoin and it's gonna sit over here. And if niggas can make yield off of that, that'd be great. This is huge news. They basically, this sounds like the Clarity Act, but for Japan. They passed their laws before America did. You know, motherfuckers talking about some America was gonna be the crypto capital of the world. That shit dead. Because other countries like Japan are already moving into it, bro. Motherfuckers think crypto was a scam. Motherfuckers think crypto isn't here to stay. Look at the news around you, niggas. Look at the news around you. If you still think crypto was a scam after seeing all of this news that I've been providing, I don't know what to tell you. Yes, some crypto out there is bad for business. Some crypto, but some of that is just for you to invest in, make your money, and get the fuck on. Some of them shits are to get in, make your money, but stay in for the long term. You know, they go up, take your profits, you pull out, you invest in different things, and you invest right back into it. That's what some of this shit here is for. We're not getting this news because crypto is just a run-of-the-mill, whatever, like, bruh. Billionaires, multi-trillion-dollar companies that had assets under management like BlackRock, Warren Buffett, They used to talk Jamie Dimon, who was the CEO of JP Morgan. They used to talk cash money shit about cryptocurrencies, bro. It's a pet rock. It's rat poison. It's no good. It's this, it's that. Everything but on how it can be beneficial for the citizens. Making people run away from that shit. Just for them to turn around a couple years later after all of that bullshit they were spewing, except for Warren Buffett, but he is invested in companies that are crypto companies or are heavily invested in crypto. Just for them to turn around and be like, you know what? Bitcoin and other crypto assets alike are here to stay. Bitcoin is a great hedge against inflation. Bitcoin is this, that, and the third. Stable coins is the way. Woo, whoopty, bam. It's a reason why Bitcoin is the #1 cryptocurrency. We don't know who made it, but the code can't never be changed. There's only going to be, they say on the website, it says 21 million was created. It's a little bit less than, it's like 20,000,099 or something like that. So it's less than 20 million, 21 million that ever be created. No more will ever be created. 5 to 6 million of that Bitcoin is gone and lost forever because a lot of people that bought Bitcoin back when it first came out and they lost their key phrases. They threw away their computers, their old computers that it was on and all of that shit, and they won't ever get that back. Then you have millionaires, multi-millionaires, some retail investors like me that is constantly buying Bitcoin every day, every month, every week. Then you have companies like BlackRock that owns Bitcoin. You have companies like MicroStrategy, who BlackRock is invested in, who is the largest Bitcoin investor in the world. MicroStrategy B has the most Bitcoin in the world. They have like 850-something thousand Bitcoin. Then you have governments around the world buying Bitcoin, holding it as a store of wealth, creating Bitcoin strategic reserves. You understand what I'm saying? Then you have other cryptocurrencies that are out here that is being used by banks. XRP being used by SBI Holdings, which is the largest bank in Japan. So do y'all see what the fuck I'm saying, bro? Get y'all head out of y'all ass, man. If you don't want to invest in it, that's cool. I'm not here to make you do that because I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm invested in it. You understand what I'm saying? It's just to get you to be like, okay, you know what? I am going to do a little bit more research on this. So let me see if I want to dibble and dab into it. I'm all in. I see where the future is headed. I've been keeping up with the crypto. I watch crypto news or read about it every single day. It's not a day goes by where I don't hear about crypto news. I hear about it every single day. And I'm invested in it as much as I possibly can. Whatever revenue that I get, it's going straight to crypto, period. It's going straight there. You wanna know why? Because that's the future, bro. Like I said, like I told you in my last couple episodes, I'm living as if this shit is now. I'm living as though this shit is happening right now. That's how I'm living. That's how I'm basically structuring my life going forward. Is living as if crypto is just, that's the main thing. They projected for Bitcoin to be $1 million by 2030. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. Can it? Abso-fucking-lutely. But once Bitcoin hit 500,000, once Bitcoin hit $1 million per coin, that is going to be the end of the US dollar. But I digress. So let's go ahead and move on, man. Let's go ahead and talk about investing. Y'all know this is my favorite portion of the pod. Y'all know I love talking about investing. This is my shit, bro. I love this shit. I love it. Like, I am addicted to investing. I'm not gonna lie. I am enthused by investing. I love this shit. Like, ever since I learned how money works, and knowing what I could do with my money, creating a brother and sister. Shout out to the richest man in Babylon. Shout out to my Uncle Maine for putting me on to the richest man in Babylon back in 2020. Because I wouldn't have known about that book if it wasn't for him. Think and Grow Rich. Shout out to my brother for buying this book for my birthday a few years ago. I was gonna buy this motherfucker, but he ended up sending this to me as a birthday present. I was happy as hell about that shit, and I read it, and I continue to read through it every single day. If I didn't read The Infinite Banker Concept by R. Nelson Nash, I wouldn't have known really too much about life insurance policies. You understand what I'm saying? I really wouldn't have known too much about none of that shit. You feel me? And now that I know about all of this, and I know what's possible, and I know what I can do, and how and what I'm doing, and I see the fruits of my labor slowly but surely accumulating, man, listen, nothing can stop me from this shit. I am addicted to investing. I love investing. I really, really do, because it can change your life. It definitely changed mine. So let's go ahead and you know what I'm gonna talk about first? I'm gonna talk about the reverse carry trade that's going on, that's happening right now in Japan. Now, if you don't know about the reverse carry trade, you can Google the reverse carry trade and read all about it. You can Google the reverse carry trade on, you can look up the reverse carry trade on YouTube. You can watch videos all about it. But basically, the reverse carry trade, in the most simplest terms, from how I understand it and how it was explained to me, is it's all off of Japan. Japan was running off of low interest rates for 30 years. The interest rates were zero. Why does that matter? Because that allows for other countries, companies, whoever, to borrow against the Japanese yen at 0% interest, meaning that they don't have to pay nothing back. They ain't got to pay no money back. So they was taking the yen, they was borrowing at 0% interest, and then however much they was borrowing, they were putting that money that they borrowed into other assets that's going to generate them money. Now, Japan is raising their rates. They're raising their interest rates. You know what I'm saying? By 1 to 2 basis points. Some saying they might hit up to 2%. And if they do raise their interest rates up to 2%, that is going to hurt the global economy. And that's going to make the yen more attractive, because they're going to make more people, you know what I'm saying, that's keen and privy to a lot of this shit moving to the yen, because the yen is basically going to have more value than the US dollar. You understand what I'm saying? And I think we're going to start seeing more people, more countries, more entities borrow against the US dollar to basically buy other assets going to generate them money. You understand what I'm saying? But they're raising interest rates, and that's going to hurt the global economy. Why is that going to hurt the global economy? Because now they got to pay all of this money back. And all of the money that they had borrowed from Japan, they're not going to have that. They're not going to have that. So a lot of folks are going to default. And it's like I said, it's going to hurt the global economy. So Japan kept the interest rates low for a very long time, 30 years. Now they raising them prices. Now they raising the interest rates, and man, that's where the reverse carry trade gonna start. And like I said, a lot of people gonna default, and a lot of analysts are thinking that XRP is gonna be used to balance the balance sheets, basically. You understand what I'm saying? But we'll see how that shit go. But that's basically the reverse carry trade going on in China. Stop it, Brandy. Now, I want to be able to take investing a step further. Some of this shit is going to sound like what I've already talked about, but I'm going to take it a step further. It's about taking advantage of your life insurance, it's about taking advantage of your life insurance policy and putting it to work, and this, that, and the third, right? So, when it comes to investing, you want to make sure that you find the best assets that you can. And you want to invest in the assets that beats inflation. You understand what I'm saying? Whether that's Bitcoin, if you think, or see that gold beats inflation, or silver beats inflation, or whatever stock that you invest in. If you think that shit beats inflation, which is way more than 3%, then you can find those. Once you find those shits, bruh, you can invest in those products, or you can take the other route. You can invest in your life insurance policy. Now, I don't know how that shit works as far as your job. I don't know what that looks like. But as far as me, when I talk about life insurance policies and shit like that, also, I am not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm just basically talking about what I'm doing, or what I do, and how I go about things. But when it comes to life insurance policies, I talk about an index universal life insurance policy, which is also called IUL, or a whole term life insurance policy. I have a whole term life insurance policy. I'm about to open up another policy for an IUL because the growth can be a lot quicker. And yeah, that's basically what it'll be. And that'll be like my liquid policy. You understand what I'm saying? So you can open up a life insurance policy. Like I said, I don't know how that shit goes with your job, but you can open up a life insurance policy, stuff as much cash into it as possible, and then when you're ready, because you might need like a floor. Like I know for my life insurance policy, I needed to have like, I think $4,000 in it, so that way that can just stay. That'd be like a base principal, and whatever I add in there afterwards, that'll just be what it is. But that's like the minimum that I would have to get before I can borrow against it. I'm way surpassed the minimum. You can take your life insurance policy, you can borrow against it. Make sure you call and see what the rates are. Like me, my rates are 3.9% or something like that, or 3.7% interest rate when I borrow against my life insurance policy. You take that borrowed money, your principal stays the same. So say if you got $12,000 in there and you borrow against it, they're gonna give you the $12,000 borrowed, but the $12,000 that's in your life insurance policy, that stays. That principal is safe, it stays there, right? You can borrow against that $12K. You can put that $12K into a dividend paying asset, something you think that's gonna pay off the loan in a timely manner if you wanna pay off the loan, because again, for my life insurance policy, I don't have to pay back the loan. Only thing, if I don't pay back the loan, whenever I perish, it's gonna come off the death benefit. But I don't want it to come off the death benefit. I wanted to have much money in the death benefit as I possibly can for my future family. So I am going to, I will borrow from that $12,000. Buy an asset, like a dividend paying asset. I pay that off, or into a crypto. If I invest into a cryptocurrency, the price go up, I double my money. I'm going to take my initial investment, that $12K, well, a little bit more, and pay back that loan instantly. Now I got $12,000 sitting in the cryptocurrency, free money that I'm just sitting on, house money that I'm just sitting on. And I never had to go to a bank for that shit. Decentralization, remember I told y'all about that? Decentralization, never had to go to a bank for it. Now I can do what I want to do with that excess money that's sitting on whatever crypto I invested in. You understand what I'm saying? That's the power of that shit, bro. It's all about creating a system. That's having a budget first, then that's investing, saving, finding a high yield savings account, but saving. And oh, that just reminded me too. It's the middle of the year. Let me see how much money that I made on my savings account, because I'm pretty sure I made a decent amount. I can't wait till I get my money, because once I get to a certain point in my savings account, I'm not going to invest any more money into it. I'm gonna just let it do what it do. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna basically fund itself. But that's what I'm on though. That's what I'm on. I'm just having my shit fund itself. And if you do have a 401k, because I don't really know how that works. I haven't had a 401k in a very, very long time. I'm basically my own credit line. I'm my own funder for a lot of my accounts. My retirement solely relies on me, on whatever I decide to invest in and how much I decide to save. But when I'm 35, I'm gonna be retired, so it's all right. Like, I'm gonna be financially free, like how I want to be by the time I'm 35. So in 3 more years, I'm gonna be there. I'm 31, but I turn 32 at the end of this year. So in 3 more years, I'm gonna be financially free, basically. If you do have a 401k, check and see if your company matches with you. If they do like a 3% match, whatever match, take that match, and then see what your 401k, see what is being held within your 401k. Is it generated by a bunch of AI tech stocks? If so, you might want to reallocate your portfolio, get a different distribution into different stocks, see if you can have your 401k be invested into dividend paying stocks, because not only would you get a match from the company that you're with, but you will also get dividends being paid within that 401k plan, and that's just extra money that's going to be reinvested back into your 401k, and then the money that you're putting into it. So that's three separate ways that you can basically utilize your 401k plan. The company matching with you, some dividend stocks that pay decent ass dividends, and then the money that you fund into it. And then shit, by the time you're ready to retire or pull that money out, even though it is gonna be taxed, you should be sitting on a decent little penny, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So that's how you could take it a step further. You always want to create that cash flow. You understand what I'm saying? Cash flow, cash is trash. Cash flow is king. And you want to do that capital DR strategy. I did not make that up, but that's something that I use, which is cash flow, your income, cash flow, invested into assets that either pay dividend or cryptocurrencies that's going to go up in price. That goes up in price, you take profits, then you put it into protection, which is your life insurance policy. That's the best way that you can protect your money, through a life insurance policy. You can look on the pyramid, on the risk pyramid. You know, high risk, low risk. The lowest of risk is life insurance policies. Then you could turn that protection into leverage. You leverage from that life insurance policy, and then you can do the whole cycle over again. You invest into assets, it go up, you pay back off that loan or whatever the case may be. Now you got house money. Or you take that and you borrow against it, you leverage against whatever it is, and then you buy a dividend paying asset, and then you de-risk every single time. And the reason why you want to de-risk is because, you know, the dividend paying stocks is basically paying you however much money they paying. You can use that money to pay back off your loan, along with however much money that you're going to put towards paying off that loan for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Now you have free money that's basically that you didn't use any new money for. You didn't use any new money. You just used borrowed money that was already in the principal. You bought these things and the shit went up. It was paying you every single month, every single week, every single day. Whatever you decide to invest in, and now you can pay back off that loan, and now you got free money sitting over there, and you getting a whole nother paycheck. It's about creating a brother or sister with your money, man. The richest man in Babylon. You take $1, turn it into $2. Take $2, turn it into $4. Take $4, turn it into $8. That turn it into $16. That turn it into $32. That turn it into $78. Whatever it is, bro. It creates more money for you. It creates more revenue sources, more income sources for you. And guess what? You do that. You didn't have to get a second job for you to make ends meet. You have your investments that can help you alleviate some of that load until, you know, you get back right. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to need to own assets. You need to own assets. Like, I know gold is expensive, but I want to own me some gold. I want to own me some silver. You understand what I'm saying? I'm buying the fuck out of any cryptocurrency that I possibly can, that I already have. And the ones that I have is Bitcoin, XRP, HBAR, VChain, Chainlink, Flare, Zabet Network, and XLM. Those 8 right there. Those are the 8 that I own, that I invest in all the time. And I want to add 2 more. I think it's going to be in Ethereum and Solana, or Ethereum and AVAX, or one of the 2. I'm going to have a total of 10 cryptocurrencies, and that's all I'm going to have on me. That's all I'm going to do. Then if I decide to capitulate or consolidate my portfolio, then I can. But if not, those are the 10 I'm going to be invested in. And I'm going to hold majority of them. Then the only ones that I'm going to be ended up buying all the time is probably Chainlink, XRP, Bitcoin, and HBAR. Those probably gonna be the main 4 that I invest in every single time. And then the other ones, I'm gonna just invest them every now and then, accumulate every now and then, but I'm gonna just leave that to just, you know what I'm saying, sit and wait. You understand me? So that's what it is, man. It's creating that system for yourself so that way you can have some extra money, some extra cash flow. Because ask yourself how much bullshit that you bought this week. And if you put that money towards something else, it could have turned out differently. Think about that for a second, bro. How much money did I spend this week on bullshit? Whether that's junk food, things that ain't really got no property value for real. What did I spend my money on that is bullshit and I could have used that for something else? Ask yourself that question. Go through your budget, go through your bank statements if you need to, and figure that shit out, bro. You will figure it out. You have to. You ain't even got no other choice, to be honest with you. So, hopefully that helped. I don't really have any more tips and tricks about investing for real. It's just, there's so many different avenues that you can take to invest and make money. Art, you understand? That's another revenue source. Pokemon cards, some Magic the Gathering cards. Real estate. You understand me? Which real estate is another one that you can use. Like if you buy a property, you could take that money and you could put it towards either some cryptocurrency or you could save up and you can wait till you buy another property with that motherfucker, man. I think for me, what I would do is I would take that rent income. Obviously, I'm gonna put half to the side for reserves and stuff like that. And then the other half, I'm gonna just take it and I'm gonna invest it into a cryptocurrency and do that as much as I can. And then when that go up, I can take that money, and if I can buy another property with it, I buy another property with it. You understand what I'm saying? So now, I'm gonna have dividend paying stocks. I'm gonna be staking my cryptocurrency, earning yield. I'm lending out my money, earning more yield. I said real estate. So hold on, let me just start over, bro. So the investment vehicles that I use and that I'm going to be getting into: life insurance policy, cryptocurrency, dividend paying stocks, and maybe a couple growth stocks. What is it? Real estate, art, because I do want to buy some art to collect. Pokemon cards, I'm gonna start buying them, opening up packs and shit. Gold, silver, and there's probably one more that I'm missing. Something else that I'm missing. Not really sure. But those 8 things right there, or was it 9? I think it was 8. Those 8 things right there, bro. That's where I am invested in and will be investing in and continue to invest in. Because this type of shit changes your life. And you don't want to be in the same position you are 10 years from now, because it's only going to get harder. And I refuse to be in the same position I am right now at 31 when I'm 35. Like I said, I'm going to be retired than a motherfucker. I'm going to be, taking more travels and shit like that, because I'm going to have that money invested and paying me enough to where, it's covering my bills, it's covering all the groceries, you know what I'm saying? Whatever vacation it is, whatever it is, bruh, I'll be able to do that shit because of the decisions that I am making right now. Woo, man, that was a lot, man. That was a lot. Hopefully this was useful information. Hopefully y'all took something away from this and y'all start y'all investment journey if y'all haven't already, bruh. Stop bullshitting yourself and get to this motherfucking money, man. It's enough out here for everybody. You got to know where to look. And, learn how to DCA, which is dollar cost average, which is putting a certain amount of money in every single month, no matter if the market is up, down, going sideways. You will always have money going towards these investments. I DCA all the time. I don't automatically do it. I manually do it. And I have X amount of money going into the cryptocurrency every single month. And I have X amount of money going to my savings account every single month. And I don't skip a beat. So with that being said, man, I really do appreciate y'all for coming through. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the 2 new add-ons for the podcast. If y'all did enjoy that, let me know. And I'll continue to bring more information to y'all as far as like the word of the day and the benefits of such and such, such and such, and then fun facts behind the fruit, especially if it's racist facts, because you know, we gotta put that out there, man. We gotta let motherfuckers know this is what it was, and this is the reason why things are the way they are right now. You feel me? So with that being said, man, listen, I really do appreciate y'all for coming through, watching and or listening. This has been episode 73 of the Von Talks podcast. Y'all make sure y'all exercise, drink some water, and fucking relax. And I'll most definitely see y'all last on the next one. Peace.